Today is September the 9th, 2024, 3:30 in the evening. I call these videos random conversations. And what that means is, as I'm scrolling down the site, people might be asking me some questions or saying things that I want to touch on. So I could be touching on various topics. Okay, about this saying that I have power to wipe people out, Joe Biden's saying, and that's why we're infringing on your civil liberty. Well, when I get I asked for no less than 200 trillion. If you want to give me 500 trillion, that's fine. 90 trillion is 1,000 trillions. And I was looking at the website the other day, and Vice President Kamala Harris walked by, and she said, "You want 200 trillion?" And that spirit faded. Like, I'm not interested in that. If she was saying that, but you know what? And then she asked me. She said, "Well, what are you going to do with 200 trillion?" Well, we'll give you the right to ask me that. The whole 90 million belong to me. You made it of my privacy, including my nudity. And for that, you don't have a right to a penny of it. And if the American people say, well, we supported it, now you don't have the right to support the breaking of the law. So you're not entitled to a penny of it. Now, if you want to stand against me in dark unity, where there's unity, there's strength, where you're standing together in truth and righteousness and upholding the law, or you're standing together in darkness and breaking the law, you could win either way. But, God got your name on that, and your reaping is going to be greater than your sowing. Yeah. But anyway, with that, brethren said, well, people don't like to be called Nephilims. Nephilim, I told you before, Nephilim is not a sarcastic name to call somebody. It's a real, origin, a group of people that lived before and is currently living. I don't mean anything sarcastic and harmful to anybody. Jokes and sense of humor are okay, but when somebody let you know that that was offending, I think you should apologize. But Nephilim is not a sarcastic name. It's a real name. So whether you like it or not, well, I don't like you looking on my household, but you're in it. So you get out of my house, I'll stop calling you Nephilims. You pay for your crimes, I'll start calling you Nephilims. See, there's something in this world that we all don't like. Doing to others as you would have them doing to you. You do good to others, somebody's going to say something good about you, inspirational about you. So anyway, I want to say that. And another topic, I see a woman flirting with me. No, I'm not gay. I practice the Christian faith and living abstinent. Last companion I had, we broke up in July the 5th, 2011. I'm a frigid woman. As I explained it before. It rhymes with the word Bridget, but it's frigid. That's more of an older woman who gets settled in her ways. And she really doesn't care if she mate or not. She been there, done it, been around the block before. And she ain't missing nothing. Ain't nothing new about it under the sun. So if God blessed me with a husband, he would not be denied. Yeah. I'm still a tigress for that goodness. Yeah. But anyway, don't flirt with me if you are a woman, because I'm not interested. Thank you. So yeah, I don't want anybody playing any games with me. Government games or federal bureau games. Well, we're gonna bring you money. We're gonna bring you money. When I talked to Cash App a couple of days ago, I gave them all the old phone numbers I could scrape up, and they checked 2 accounts. It was only 2 accounts, and they said what they saw was, we don't see any interaction in this account ever. Nobody ever used this account. But Joe Biden sent his spirit to me and said he put $1 billion in there. And I see media propaganda and folk on the website, strange men, Caucasian men, that I thought was coming from the Fed's section. They said, well, it was 1.1 billion, 400 million that was put in your Cash App. Cash App said that they never saw anything, no kind of transaction. So when you do that, play those now. If you want to think the word Nephilim is sarcastic, now the shoe fits, so wear it. When you play those Nephilim games, Nephilims are spiritual creatures that's not really human. And it's a real thing, And you want to play those Nephilim games, now you should like that title, You know, tell them somebody you're gonna pay and you don't pay. You put money here, you put money there. What you're doing is you extend that as I wait for you to be true to your word. You just bought yourself another month, and another year. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of playing your Neptune games of the creature, you know. But anyway, I don't want anybody calling me out my name, and I don't want to call you out yours, you know. So if using the word Nephilim offend you, well, your ways of mocking me and my household, buying you some generational years that God don't want you to have, you know, that hurts me too. That disrespect me too. Respect me and I respect you. I stop calling you Nephilim. But what if you say we don't? We ain't gonna give you no money. Well, I'll tell you what. I listen to what God told you again, and what part of it is not understood. Quote, I told her to come home. What do you think that means? If he's telling me to come home and not you, and when you get up there, project your spirit up there to visit, he won't even let you in. So even when if you do pay my money or whatever, I get hurt, gunned down, whatever, you know, he told me to come home. And if I choose to speak for you, you know, I don't know what's with your understanding. When I teach you things about the Lord, the mistakes he makes, about the Garden of Eden stuff, when that happened in the life of a God, the authority to call the shots fall to the next person in charge, and that will be me. The Lord is always the Savior. He's still on the throne, but the signature of the three male gods is upon my forehead. You know, he passed the shot calling to me because the mistake that was made from the beginning, sin belonged to him, not man. So, to make a long story short, he could leave without me, you know, Donald Trump and everything else. But God's, we own the hells. We go in, we get out. Not the mere human category or the Nephilim category. So I don't know. You're really in no position to tell me what you ain't gonna do, because I can't project my spirit up there. I hope we're still together. We fight like cats and dogs. I think we are. We've been fighting like cats and dogs long before the creation of the foundation of the earth. So you're still interested in me currently. So you're still interested in me today. Yeah, so I think that's about all I wanted to touch on. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep asking for the same thing and talking for the same thing. You know, I have some errors in the strength of my flesh. You know, my spirit spoke to me the other day. She said, I'm so weak, I can't even see my image in the mirror. We are devoured people by all foods, no matter how healthy your food is and water that we drink. When we build perfectly on our flesh, and we just can't fast to save our life. The Christian faith say, well, you ate yourself to death. You ate your spirit to death. So yeah, there's nothing funny about me, ever have been or ever will be, you know, but I have a spirit, an adult spirit in me from the Ancient of Days. Now, a man once prophesied, he was talking about Ephah, and that would be me, Zechariah 5:7. He said, well, God cast her down because she was a whore. He was on my website. And I rebuked him. I said, I'd never whored myself a day in my life. So my flesh is strong against this and that. But the spirit of another adult woman, you know, I have to discover you all over again. I hear projections of lust coming out of her. And I see men sending a spirit over here to partake of her. She don't fight back. She don't wake me up and nothing. I just happen to catch this and that. So I'm beginning to understand, you know, if God used it for a frisbee, he did the right thing. You know, but then I don't blame her, because there is no excuse for a God to beat a woman and use her for a frisbee. And how many times did he done that? He only told me one time. He could have done more. Yeah. The very simple fact that you are in heaven in a safe place, and your said wife is down here in the world catching hell in an unsafe place. When you beat her and use her for a frisbee, you are her creator. And if her own creator trash her, beat her, and use her for a frisbee, and that's the way you saw your problem, she knew she couldn't whoop you. So whatever man want to partake of her, she's afraid. She's going to let it happen. She's afraid to talk to me. I scream and yell too. I don't know everything. What's your problem? You don't fight back. You just let it happen. You lust after everything. Like you have to fulfill that lust of the thing you're lusting for, or the person you're lusting for, with an A+, because God crushed her self-esteem. And when I go to church, get ready to go to church, whatever, church don't want them either. You know, a lot of churches have closed. But anyway, these right here still open. When I bow and pray, I don't accept God's behavior, his violent behavior. It feels like I'm going back for more of his misconduct. Every time I obey him, I feel like I'm going back for more. I believe in a peaceful day. I just want to practice salvation, but I don't want to tell anybody else about him, because I don't believe in a God that beat women and use them for frisbees. Because I quote, 3:20 said, I quote, I stood in his way. What's for? Told you before. The kingdom of heaven in our world is called incest. God believes he wants to keep his royal blood line in one family. He wants to mate with his wife, mate with his kids, so he doesn't want to mate outside of the family. And I want to throw this in there too. There's two twins on Random Conversation, and this world is famous. They're showing up in dreams and visions when I fast, flirting with the Lord. And they're trying to take him from me. I have a daughter, world identifier as Queen Matima. They don't want me and my daughter with the Lord. But the Lord has given them a hard time to rebuke them. Let me tell you something, young lady. There are only two women that started this beginning with God the Father and the Son, Mother Earth and myself. And it's a possibility that he's rebuking your flirt and waiting on me and hearing nothing above me, because it's possible you came from his sperm sac. And the woman that you told in the vision to my face, get to stepping, that might be your mother. I suggest you better stop going up there flirting with him, because it could backfire on you. I wish I would catch him mate with something out of his sperm sac. That's how I got down here in the first place. I didn't allow it then. I still don't allow it now. So will I spend eternity? Well, my argument is, if you're a holy God and you're telling me to come home, and that home is violent, the word of God says that. I know you're greater than your word. All liars shall depart like a fire. I wouldn't run no home like that. And if I'm too afraid to trust you, your daughter, your wife, your sister, your family, where you stand with the world, how can you judge anybody else's house? So I'm not worried about it, because I'm tired of his violent behavior against me, Mother Earth, and his daughter. God got sons and daughters you know nothing about, and you just may be one of them. And the woman you disrespected, I might be Mother Earth mini-me. I don't know, but I don't have nothing else to explain anymore. My heart is getting to a point the same way they say opposite of spirits don't attract. The same way you're tired of me talking about it. The same way you really don't like me. My spirit is going dull too. I'm tired of talking about it. And the words that God said many years ago, come home, come home, come home, they're beginning to shine again. Like I was saying on other tape, as if he's saying, I told you so. They find me too. I told you fast, break them home, and I'll burn them up. So follow me around, President Biden, infringing on my civil liberty. I ain't got no power to do nothing to nobody, to get on nobody. I only have favor to get out his way. God put this mess down here, this blatant mess down here. Everybody throwing bombs and stuff, and all sorts of foolishness in the world. Walking over you and making things justified now. Every evil on the sun justified now. It's not the earth, and you're not going to get away with it. All right?